Hello everybody, and this is a tutorial on how to make a magnetic ShengShou Pro Megaminx. So I did this project back in December and I never really posted anything about it, which is why I thought it would be best to make a tutorial, as there aren't a lot of magnetic Megaminx tutorials out there. For those of you who want a magnetic X-Man design Megaminx using this tutorial, unfortunately you just can't. The design isn't the same and there barely is any space in a Galaxy Megaminx to put magnets unless you drill holes. Before I start, I want to thank DMCubing. He's the guy that got me into making magnetic cubes, and he has a bunch of tutorials on his channel, so check him out if you haven't already. First up, we of course have to go through our required tools. I usually like to put a paper towel underneath my workspace so superglue won't drip on my desk, but this is kinda optional. Next, of course, you need your Pro Megaminx. Make sure you haven't done any damage to it and it's fully functional. Third of all, you want your sticker peeler to take apart the pieces. You also want your magnets. In this project, I use N42 3x2mm magnets, but they are really subtle. I recommend you go for a magnet stronger than this, but you can still use this magnet if you want. It still gives the magnetic feel. Next up, you require superglue to glue the magnets in place. And last of all is the optional tool, which is a flat-headed Phillips screwdriver. I use this just in case I need to chip out magnets. You want to start this project off by disassembling the cube. First take an edge out, then take out the whole layer. After that, it should be pretty easy to get the rest of the cube disassembled. After you're done your disassembly, sort the edges and the corners into two groups. You then want to take apart your edges and your corners. The edges are split piece design, so you can take them apart by inserting a sticker peeler where the two pieces of an edge meet. The corners are capped, so you can take apart the corners by inserting the sticker peeler underneath the cap. You can then repeat this process. I'm now going to show you how you want to match up your pieces when magnetizing. I'm also getting the sense of where I should place my magnets. Just a tip, don't place your magnet too far up in the corner piece, or else the magnet will overlap with the cap of the corner and you end up having to chip the magnet out. Once you feel like you have the correct position for the magnet, place the magnet in the position and drop the superglue on top of the magnet to secure them in place. Be sure to do a few extra drops as you didn't put any superglue underneath the magnet. Now I'm going to magnetize all the corners. Take your edge piece that already has a magnet in it and match it up with the unmagnetized corner. Drop superglue where you think the magnet in the corner is going to be and place the magnet. After you put one magnet in all the corners, you want to continue by putting a second magnet in. Turn your corner 120 degrees and repeat the exact same process. Once you finish gluing the second magnet in all the corners, move on to placing the third and final magnet. It's the same exact process, but here's footage to help you out. Here's what your corners should look like after they are all magnetized. After you're done the long process of magnetizing the corners, you can now magnetize the edges, which are a lot easier and less time consuming. It's the same process. Drop superglue where you think your magnet is going to go, drop the magnet in, then put an extra coating of superglue. After you're done all that, you can reassemble your cube. Start by fusing all the edge pieces again. Make sure you put the correct edges together or you will run into problems later. You can now assemble your corners. Since they are capped, it doesn't matter if you put the cap on the piece that it was not originally on. I actually ran into problems while doing this since some magnets overlap with the cap. So I had to chip them out and re-glue them to a position where they don't overlap. You can finally reassemble your cube now. This process is pretty self-explanatory, and if you put all the edges back correctly, you shouldn't have any problems doing this. Anyways, that's all for this tutorial. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.